Hi, this is Rick Pedley, and welcome to self-retractinglifeline.com. Today we're here with Chris Coyle from Capital Safety, the manufacturers of DBI SALA fall protection equipment. And today we're going to be talking about using the harness. He's wearing the ExoFit NEX harness, NEX harness. And the thing we're going to be looking at are the suspension trauma straps. One of the things you always have to think about when you're going to fall is what happens after that. And I'll let Chris explain how these things work.
Yeah, that's a very important point, Rick. One of the questions that I always ask when I go on a site somewhere is, say we've got all our fall protection equipment put in place,
yes,
and you know we're working safely, but then I'll ask the question of what happens when we fall? Do we have a rescue plan that's going to give us a prompt response within 15 minutes? Because as you can imagine, if you take a fall and you're hanging in your harness, what do you think we're concerned with?
The blood in your legs.
Exactly. You've got the leg straps pinching on your legs, so we're worried about the circulation and therefore worried about us passing out.
Yeah, I've heard that people, especially people in not great shape, can pass out and even die from that.
Yes, that's correct. What the concern is, if we're hanging there, if you're in a really tricky spot and it's not very easy to get you down, if you're hanging there for a very long time, we've got all the blood pooling up in our legs, okay?
Right.
So it's not receiving oxygen.
We'd like to have it in our heads.
We want to have it circulating freely as you know, we normally would be just standing there. But if we've got all that pooling up, those blood cells are dying off in our legs,
right?
Okay? And if we don't pass out and they cut us down, say after an hour, okay, we release all those dead blood cells back into our system and we can go into toxic shock. So all of these problems are very much avoidable. Hopefully we can have a good prompt rescue plan for every situation that we're going to be exposed to fall protection.
Right.
But in the event that you know, we're working in a very tricky spot and we want to be able to buy ourselves some time,
yes,
in the event that someone falls, that's where our trauma straps come into play.
Now, as I understand it, the trauma straps come standard on the NEX harnesses and are an option on most others.
That is correct. This is our only line of harnesses that comes integrated with the trauma straps.
That sounds like a good idea. We try and sell these along with, because it's a great thing to have.
Certainly.
And I think I should just point out quickly that it doesn't matter this brand or any other brand of harness. The same theory applies. It doesn't, you know, our brand, any other. The same thing's going to happen around your legs. So continue.
Correct. So let's just do a little bit of a demonstration. I'll hoist myself up here and show you in the event that I were to fall, what we'd want to do with these trauma straps. So I'll lift myself up here. So we can envision I've fallen, I'm hanging here. What I want to do is make sure that I'm unzipping these pouches as quickly as I can, and based on the based on the height of your body, we've got little built-in loops, so you can create a step for yourself, and that's going to allow you to stand up inside of that harness and take all the pressure off of your legs and buy you time until they can come up with a proper rescue plan.
You could hang around, so to speak, for quite a while this way.
So to speak, you have an unlimited amount of time to hang here until they figure out a good way to get you down, and it's a heck of a lot more comfortable.
I should think so.
Than having all that pressure on your legs.
That sounds like a good thing to do. And one thing to keep in mind, you know, this is a great way to take care of that problem. But when you're out working and you fall, you may hit your head. You might not be conscious to do this. So thinking about a rescue in advance is always a good idea. Thank you.